Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this Irish crochet motif. I have personally modified it in a couple of different ways, and we'll get into that as we go along. But these modifications don't take away from the initial design or classic beauty of the piece. I also added a bead, which I'm sure others have in the past too, particularly for this flower. I use these Irish crochet motifs a lot in my personal artwork, and they can sometimes be a little complicated. You can feel a little overwhelmed when looking at them, particularly if you're trying to figure it out from an old instruction manual, from 100 years ago, where instructions weren't very uniformed. People were sort of, already expected that you knew how to crochet and were well versed in crocheting, so you could simply understand what they were saying, or you could look at the picture that was provided for you and you'd immediately understand exactly what it was you were supposed to do. And well, for us modern folk, that just isn't the case, and it takes a little more effort and a little more research. But today I am going to show you, or better yet, I'm going to walk you through the entire process of how to make this Irish crochet motif. Welcome to Weaving Weird Studio. My name is Sig, and it is such a pleasure to have this time with you today. It is your support that allows me to contribute new content and weekly videos. Help us all grow together by tapping the subscriber bar, notification bell, and like buttons. I look forward to your comments and always value your feedback. Now let's get started. So for today's tutorial, you will need 4 things. A 10mm bead. This one happens to be glass, and of course the bead itself is actually quite optional. A tapestry needle. I'm going to use a number 2 or 1.5mm steel crochet hook. And then a purple crochet thread. This is Aunt Lydia's Classic. It's 100% cotton and a size 10. By now, you know I always encourage experimentation, and I'm certainly not going to tell you that a size 10 thread or a smaller crochet thread is the way to go with this. This will certainly make this piece much more manageable when working it into a lace piece. However, if you want to use it as an applique for a sweater or for a shawl or for something larger where you're using a heavier, softer yarn, by all means, make it using the heavier or a heavier, softer yarn that complements the piece that you're doing. Just keep in mind that the heavier the yarn that you use is, the larger your piece is going to be. So let's begin with a slip stitch. And then we're going to chain 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I'm going to create a ring by slip stitching into that first chain stitch. And then for round 1, I'm going to chain 4. Then I'm going to double crochet in that ring. And then I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to double crochet. Then I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to do this 14 more times. Double crochet. And then chain 1. Okay, so round 1, we're going to end up with our chain 4, which will stand in as a double crochet plus 1 chain, and then an additional 16 double crochets with a chain 1. So that'll give you 17 bars, if you like, in this circle. Then we're going to join in that 3rd chain with a slip stitch. Now for round 2, I'm going to chain 1, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in each stitch all the way around. So my chain 1 will count as 1 stitch, and then each additional stitch on the way around. So that will leave me with a total of 33 stitches. So I will do a single crochet in each double crochet and then a single crochet in each chain 1 space. I'm going to finish off with a slip stitch in that very first chain stitch of round 2. So you should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to begin the inside petals. And the way I do this is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to put my hook into a bar, or the bar closest to where I chained 1. And I'm going to make a single crochet. So basically I'm just kind of crocheting my way down to this bar. Then I'm going to chain 3. Now, intuitively, you're going to want to move in this direction, like away from yourself, as you make these chains for the petals that I'll be instructing you as to how to do here in a moment. But for this particular piece, I want you to move towards yourself. So you're going to single crochet into the second bar from the bar you have just attached yourself to. So you're going to skip the next bar, and then you are going to single crochet into that second bar. And then you're going to chain 3. And then you are going to skip the next bar and single crochet in the second bar. Then you're going to chain 3. And you're going to skip the next bar and you're going to single crochet in the second bar. And chain 3. So basically we're working to get 6 petals. So we have 3 so far, and we're getting ready to do our fourth set of 3 chains. Skip this bar and go to the second bar. I'm going to chain 3 and do as we've done before, and 3 more. So that should give us 6. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now I'm going to turn my work where it's facing me. And I'm going to go ahead and I am going to single crochet in the first 3 chain space, like so. And then I'm going to do a half double crochet. Then I'm going to do 3 double crochets. Then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And that's my first front petal. So to just recap, I'm going to single crochet, half double crochet, and then 3 double crochets, a half double crochet, and then a single crochet in that 3 chain space. And then I'm going to do it again for each 3 chain space that follows. So I will do this 5 more times. So I now have 6, and I'm going to turn my work again. And I'm going to put my hook right back here in the same bar we started with. And I'm going to make a single crochet. And then I'm going to chain 5. So yeah, I know it can be a little tricky learning how to kind of wrap your head around turning your work in kind of different directions, but it gets easier after you've done it a couple of times. You start getting the hang of it pretty quickly. So again, we're going to skip the next bar, and I'm going to single crochet in the second bar over. And then, of course, chain 5. And then I'm going to, again, skip this next bar and single crochet in that second bar from my last bar. And we'll continue to do just as we did before to have a total of 6 chain 5 spaces. So as before, we now have 6 chain 5 spaces. And we're going to make our second row of petals. So I've turned my work like so. I'm getting ready. And I'm going to start with a single crochet and then a half double crochet. And then 5 double crochets. Then a half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And we're going to do that exact same pattern in the next 5 chain spaces. So again, single crochet, half double crochet, 5 double crochets, half double crochet, and then a single crochet. And 4 more times. Okay. So this is what you should have so far. So you have your first row of petals, and then you have your second row of petals. The back of it looks kind of like this. So this is where the first modification comes in. So if you're actually reading one of the classic patterns, what they're going to ask you to do is to fasten this petal off and then pick up again on the opposite side to begin the third row of petals. However, I do not do that. I actually just single crochet until I get to that point. It's a preference. It's just how I do it so that I don't have to cut my yarn, and I don't have to have a bunch of hanging ends that I have to work in later. Also, because of my particular aesthetics with my art, I usually end up using that bottom part as an anchor point, or it works in as some design element one way or another. I end up using it. So it's fine with me. So you're going to have two options here. You can either fasten off right here and then pick up on the opposite side with new thread, or you can do what I'm going to do, and that is just to single crochet in each stitch from the bottom, or that sits closest to this last stitch in this last petal of the second row, and then just single crochet each stitch over. And then when I get to the stitch that pretty much aligns with the first stitch of that petal in the second row, that first petal, right here is where that first stitch lines up for me. That is where I'm going to start the third row of petals. So when I talk in terms of the third row of petals, I mean these right back here. So as you can see on this one, I continued from my second row of petals and I did a single crochet across, and then I picked up right over here on the opposite side and began my next set of petals. And this piece, by the way, hasn't been blocked yet, so it's a little crinkly looking, but it'll look much more smooth and more flat and precise like this one once I've had a chance to block it. So we're going to begin this next row of petals, and there will be 5 of them, right? So each of the first 2 rows of petals had 6 petals, but the last and the third row of petals is going to be 5 petals. And you'll want to pay particularly close attention because this netting can seem a little confusing the first couple of times through. So I'll try to go slow. And if you need to, of course, please review the video as many times as you need to and hang in there. You have this. I know it. So the next thing we're going to need to do is to chain a count of 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. And then I'm going to single crochet in the 6th chain from the hook. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you should look something like this. Then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to single crochet in the 3rd chain from the last single crochet. And then again, I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to again single crochet in the 3rd chain from the last single crochet. And then one more time, chain 3. And then I am going to do a single crochet right here into the same single crochet I originally chained my 14 count off of. So I'm going to single crochet in that same spot. I think you can see that. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch right here. Then I'm going to turn my work. And I'm going to single crochet inside this chain 3 space. Then I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then I'm going to chain 3. And again chain 3, or sorry, again single crochet in the next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3 again. And then I'm going to single crochet in that top 5 chain space. And then here things get a little different. I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to do a double crochet into that top 5 chain space. And so you should have this. It should look like this. And I'm going to turn my work. And I'm going to chain 3. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space, which is going to be this space right here. I'm going to chain 3 in the next chain 3 space. And chain 3 again. In the next chain 3 space, I'm going to single crochet. I'm going to chain 3 again. And then I'm going to single crochet in this next single crochet space here on this, on the ring. Then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to make 1 single chain, and then I'm going to single crochet in that chain 3 space right there at the bottom. And then chain 3, and a single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3 again, single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and chain 3 again. And then I'm going to do a single crochet in that next chain 3 space right here. And then as before, I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to double crochet in that chain, that last chain 3 space. So you should have something that looks like this so far. Then I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to turn my work, and then I'm going to a single crochet in that next chain 3 space. And then again chain 2, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 2, and then single crochet in that next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to single crochet in that chain 1 space. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next open single crochet stitch on the ring. And we've finished the first netting section of the very first leaf on that back 3rd row. So we have 4 more of these to do, and I will, of course, try my best to walk you through it again. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do another single crochet right here in the next single crochet stitch on the ring. And I'm going to chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then I'm going to single crochet the 6th chain from the hook, chain 3, and then single crochet in the 3rd chain from the last single crochet, chain 3 again, and single crochet in the 3rd chain from the last single crochet, and then chain 3 more, and then single crochet in the same stitch that we started our 14 chain count from. So right there on the ring. Then I'm going to make a single crochet in the next stitch over on the ring, the next single crochet on that ring. And then I'm going to turn my work. And I'm going to single crochet and then make another single crochet in that first chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3, and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and chain 3 again, and single crochet in that chain 5 loop. And then now this is where I'm going to do 2 chains, and then I'm going to do a double crochet in that same 5 chain loop. And then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work. And then I'm going to single crochet in this next 3 chain space. Then chain 3. And then single crochet in the next 3 chain space. Then chain 3 again. And then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then I'm going to chain 3. And now I'm going to go ahead and I am going to do a single crochet in the next open single crochet stitch on the ring. Then I'm going to go ahead and single crochet in the next single crochet stitch on the ring. I'm going to turn my work. I'm going to make a chain, and then I'm going to single crochet in that chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3. And then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3. And I'm going to chain or crochet a single crochet in that next chain 3 space. Now at this point, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to chain 2. And then I'm going to make a double crochet in that chain 3 space in that same one. So I have something that looks like this. And then I'm going to chain 2 again. And I'm going to turn my work. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then chain 2 and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 2 more, and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 2, single crochet in that 1 chain space, and then single crochet in the single crochet stitch on the ring, the next one, just like that. So now we have the netting for 2 of our back petals completed. Now, if you've already got this down, please by all means jump ahead. But this is complicated enough that for those individuals who still need to be walked through this, I'm basically going to give instructions for the next 3 petals. All right, so just bear with us. Jump ahead if you need to. Otherwise, we will be at the next step shortly. But until then, I'll just continue as I have been so that those who need the extra help walking through the netting process of these back petals can get that. So for petal 3, I'm going to begin by a single crochet in the next single crochet stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to chain 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Then I'm going to single crochet in the 6th chain from the hook. And then chain 3. And then a single crochet in that 3rd chain from the last single crochet. Chain 3. Again, a single crochet in that 3rd chain from the last single crochet. And then chain 3 again. And then we're going to single crochet in the same stitch of this single crochet right here, the single crochet where the 14 chains come off of. We're going to put this in that same stitch, single crochet. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next single crochet stitch on the ring, and I'm going to turn my work. And then I'm going to single crochet twice in that first chain 3 space. Then I'm going to chain 3 and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Then I'm going to chain 3 again and then single crochet in that next chain 3 space, and then chain 3 again, and then single crochet in that chain 5 space. Oh, there goes my dog. Hold on. Go see what he needs. Okay, I'm back. It was just a moose. I live in Alaska. We had a moose walking past the house. So my boy thought he was going to protect us from all of that nonsense and shenanigans. Okay, so where were we? So this is where we're at. I'm going to chain 2, and then I'm going to double crochet in that chain 5 space. And then we're going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then chain 3. And single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And again, chain 3. And then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then one more time, chain 3. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next open stitch on the ring. So right in here. Then I'm going to single crochet in the stitch next to that on the ring. And then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to single crochet in that chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3 again, and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And then again, chain 3 and single crochet in that next chain 3 space. One more time, chain 3 and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Now I'm going to chain 2, and I'm going to do a double crochet into that chain 3 space. So it'll look like that. So then I'm going to chain 2 and then single crochet in that next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 2 more and then single crochet in that next chain 3 space. And then I'm going to chain 2 more, and I'm going to single crochet in that next chain 1 space. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to single crochet in the next open single crochet stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to chain 14. I'm going to single crochet in the 6th chain from the hook. And chain 3. And then I'm going to single crochet in the third chain from the last single crochet, chain 3, and then single crochet in the third chain from the last single crochet. And then I'm going to chain 3 again. And then I'm going to single crochet in the same stitch, or the same single crochet stitch that my 14 count chain and single crochet came from. Then I'm going to single crochet in the next open single crochet stitch there on the ring. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet twice in that chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3 again, and I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3 again and single crochet in that chain 5 space of that loop. I'm going to chain 2 and then double crochet into that chain 5 loop. Then I'm going to chain 3. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet in that next chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3 and then single crochet in that next chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3 again and single crochet in that next chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 3 one more time. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to single crochet in the next open single crochet stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to single crochet in the next single crochet stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm going to single crochet in that chain 3 space. I'm going to chain 3 and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space. Chain 3 again and single crochet in that next chain 3 space. And then chain 3 one more time and single crochet into that next chain 3 space. Now I'm also going to chain 2 and then double crochet back into that chain 3 space. And I'm going to chain 2. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to single crochet into the next chain 3 space. And then I'm going to chain 2 again, and then I'm going to single crochet back in that next chain 3 space, and then chain 2 and single crochet into that next chain 3 space, and then chain 2 again. And now I'm going to single crochet into that chain 1 space right there. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next open single crochet stitch on the ring. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next stitch on the ring. This is going to be our last back petal, at least the netting part of it. Okay, so you can kind of see how it's working out, how it's going. So we've got one more petal to do. And so from here, we're going to go ahead and again chain 14, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then single crochet in the 6th chain from the hook. And chain 3. And then single crochet in the 3rd chain from the last single crochet. Chain 3. And single crochet in the in the 3rd single crochet from the last single crochet. And then we'll do it one more time. Chain 3. And now we want to single crochet into the same single crochet stitch that we started our original single crochet and 14 chain stitch from. And we're going to single crochet in that next open stitch on the ring and turn work, and then 2 single crochets into that first chain 3 space, then chain 3 and single crochet into the next chain 3 space, chain 3 again, and single crochet into the next chain 3 space, and then chain 3 and single crochet into that chain 5 loop. Then chain 2, and then double crochet again into that chain 5 loop, then chain 3, turn your work, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3 and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, chain 3 again, and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 3 again, and then single crochet in the next open single crochet on the ring. Then I'm going to chain 1 and turn my work, and then single crochet in that chain 3 space, and then chain 3 and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 3 again, and single crochet in that next chain 3 space, and then chain 3 one more time, and single crochet in that chain 3 space. And I want to chain 2 and then double crochet in that same chain 3 space. So you have, looks like that. I'm going to chain 2 and turn my work, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 2 and single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 2 again, and then single crochet in the next chain 3 space, and then chain 2 again, and single crochet in that chain 1 space. And then I'm going to single crochet into the next open single crochet space on the ring, which brings me right back to where we started when we began our first 2 rows of petals. And that's just exactly where you want to be. That tells you your count was good. Now, if you're off by 1 or 2 stitches, you can undo everything and fix it, or you can be okay with it. 1 or 2 stitches at this point, particularly when we're discussing, learning how to Irish crochet is not a big deal. Just be more careful next time. It takes a little practice, it takes a little doing, but, the results as usual, like I always say, the results are always worth the effort. So, this is where we're at now. And if you've hung with me for this long, good on you, because this is some pretty tedious stuff sometimes, especially if you're new to it. Once you've done it a few times, you'll be fine. It'll be like old hat, but until then, it takes a little getting used to. So now this is where I've modified things again. So in Irish crochet, you would normally at this point, you would use a padding cord, right? So I would have some extra cording that I would pad my next single crochets with. But I'm not going to do that. I don't find that particularly necessary for my purposes for these. So if you like, you can always add your padding cord, and I will have videos in the future that show you how to do that, how to pad your work. But for now, because this is more a modified technique, I'm going to forego the padding and just continue with the rest of the stitching as it would be just without the padding. Again, it doesn't take away from the work. It's just a slightly different look, but like I said, it doesn't take away from the work. And I'm not trying to overwhelm you too much. You're already doing fantastic if you've gotten this far. And for the art piece that I'm working on with these particular motifs, I don't need the padding. It's not a piece that I need to that I need to have that additional thickness for visual purposes. I don't need it, so I'm not going to do it. But you certainly can if you know how to, or just continue on with me and I will show you how to finish up the work. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead, and I've done my single crochet right there. And now I'm going to kind of jump forward a little bit. Now I can do a single crochet back here in this stitch right here just to help move things forward a little bit. And then I'm going to start my single crochet right here at the base of this back petal of the second row. And we're going to follow it around with single crochets. Until we hit the first petal in the third row. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to single crochet 3 in the first opening of the netting, that chain 3 or whatever, how many chains that is right there. And in the next opening, in that next open space, we're going to do 3. And then again, 3 single crochets in the next open space. Now in this corner right here, we're going to do 4 single crochets. And then I'm going to do 3 single crochets in the next opening space there at the top. I'm going to do 3 more in the next opening. Which brings us back to the next corner. And in that corner, I am going to do 4 single crochets. And then as I travel down the next side, I'm going to do 3 single crochets in each of the spaces. I'm going to single crochet the next single crochet space or stitch, and then I'm going to do 3 single crochets in the next opening. And then 3 more in the next space, and then 3 more again. Now, this is where things are going to get a little tricky again. So here in this corner, I am going to single crochet 2, and then I'm going to chain 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to turn my work. Just find the middle part of this corner, and you're going to single crochet right in there. And then you're going to turn your work back again. And then you're going to single crochet around the first part of that 5 chain. And then you're going to single crochet again. And then you're going to do a 3 count peacock. So 1, 2, 3. So to make the peacock stitch, you're going to do your 3, and then you're going to insert your hook into those first 2 legs, and you're going to pull through and continue to pull through, and you have your first peacock. And then I'm going to single crochet 1 and single crochet 2, and then I'm going to do another peacock. 3 count peacock. And single crochet once and twice. And I'm going to do my next peacock stitch. And then of course 2 more single crochets, and then we're going to pick up. So I'm going to single crochet 2 more for that corner, and then in the next opening I'm going to single crochet 3, and then 3 more in the next opening, which then brings me to the next edge, where I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to single crochet 4. And then I'm going to single crochet 3 in each of the openings down the side. 1 single crochet in that next single crochet stitch, and then 3 single crochets in the next 3 chain opening. And just as before, 3 single crochets in each of these openings going up the side of the petal. Until we get to this corner, and then I'm going to single crochet 2, and then I'm going to chain 5. I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to see about where the middle part is on the corner of this petal, and I am going to single crochet. I'm going to turn my work again, and I'm going to single crochet 2 around that 5 chain length, and then do my picot stitch, chain 3, and then slip stitch through those 2 bars to have my picot, and then I'm going to single crochet 2 more single crochets and my picot, and then 2 more single crochets, 1 more picot, and then 2 single crochets, and then 2 more single crochets to finish off that corner, and then 3 single crochets in the next space, then 3 again in the next space, and now we're back at the next corner, which will be 4 single crochets, and then 3 single crochets in each of the spaces going down the side of the petal. And then a single crochet in the next single crochet stitch, and then we'll start it all over again with 3 single crochets in each of the openings going up the side of the next petal. And corner, single crochet 2, chain 5, turn your work, find the center of that corner, and single crochet, and turn your work again, and single crochet around that 5 chain space 2 times, picot, single crochet 2 more times, another picot, single crochet 2 times, and then your last picot for this row. and then 2 more single crochets in that space, and then 2 single crochets to finish off the corner of that petal, and then 3 single crochets in the next space, and then 3 more in the next space, and then 4 in the next corner area. And now again, 3 single crochets in each of the spaces, going down the other side of this petal. And of course, single crochet in that next single crochet. And then our last petal is going to be the same, 3 single crochets in each of the spaces going up the side of this petal. And then when we get to the corner, 2 single crochets in the first part of that space, and then chain 5. Turn your work and find the center of that previous petal there at the corner, single crochet into there, and then turn your work again and do 2 single crochets into the chain 5 space, and then your first picot, 3 chain picot or 3 count picot, however you want to call it, and then single crochet 2, and then your second picot, and then single crochet 2, and then your last picot, and single crochet 2. Now you're going to finish off by single crocheting 2 single crochets to finish off that corner, and then 3 single crochets in the next space, and then 3 single crochets in the next space after that, which brings us back to the corner, our next corner, our last corner. And I'm going to want to single crochet 4 in that space, and then 3 single crochets in each of the open spaces going down the other side of your petal. And then 1 more single crochet down at the base of that last single crochet, open single crochet, and then a slip stitch. And it should bring you right back down to the bottom. And here is where we're going to fasten off. Now leave yourself a long enough tail so that you have enough thread to sew your bead on. So now I'm going to block this now that it's all finished. And so I'm going to block this along with these. And then once I've blocked them, then I'm going to take my bead and I'm going to use this tail right here, and I'm going to weave it through the back of the work a little bit so that it comes up in about the right position to where I can just sew my bead on. And then it'll end up looking like these right here. Aren't those great? I love them. They're intricate. They take a little work, but once you figure it out, once you've done it a couple of times, it all starts to make a lot of sense to you. So I'm really glad that you could do this with me. I know it's a real mystery. At least when I was learning how to do it, it was a real mystery. In fact, I was pulling my hair out because I was reading from the old books, trying to figure it out, and I eventually, through lots of trial and error, finally finished it, and then, I finally figured it out. And then I eventually came across some additional help where I actually got a visual of how it was supposed to look, and I was pleasantly surprised to realize that I had done it eventually the way it was supposed to be done. And so, because I am interested in our community of fiber and textile artists growing, and lace work is part of that, and this kind of crochet lace work is also part of that. I want to try to demystify as much of it as I can and show you how to do it, how I do it, give some options, maybe help you not have to go through the same, kinds of struggles I went through in order to learn it. But at any rate, this brings us to the conclusion of this video. And so until we meet again, I'd just like to say to all you wonderful and weird fiber artists, stay safe, stay amazing, and above all, stay crafty. Bye-bye now.